Good morning, students. So myself Akshay Mahendrakar. So we were discussing the chapter mechanical properties of fluids. Clear? So in that mechanical properties of fluids, the most important part when the fluids are at rest, that means hydrostatics part we were discussing. So we had discussed what is pressure, what is fluid thrust. Clear? Next, what is Pascal's law, what are applications of Pascal's law. Next, what is the variation of pressure with depth. If we go deeper and deeper, what will happen for the pressure. Those all things we had discussed. So in today's class we are discussing one more new concept, that is nothing but average pressure on side walls of a vessel. Clear? So when vessel we are keeping, so for the walls of that vessels, how the pressure has been applied with the help of fluid. That means how fluid is applying pressure on that. Clear? That thing today we are going to discuss. Clear? So for that I am considering a vessel, rectangular vessel. Okay, this is a rectangular box, okay, or a rectangular vessel inside which fluid is there. Clear? So basically we are considering a liquid of density rho. Clear? And next, height of this complete vessel, it is nothing but h, and width of this complete vessel, it is nothing but what? W. Clear? So now what we are doing is, here we are imagining a small element. Clear? So here we are imagining a very small element. We are considering a very small element of height dy. Okay, total is h. Okay, and here width is w, and this is nothing but dy is nothing but height of this small element. Okay, and width of this small element is nothing but w only. Clear? And here we are considering a point. Okay, one general point we are considering, and we are giving name it as, and we are naming it as point A. Clear? Next, this point A has been considered by the distance y from this top surface. Okay, when the top surface of the vessel is here, then from that top surface to this point A, total distance is nothing but y. Clear? And for small element it is dy. Width is w, density is rho. Clear? And total height is nothing but h. Is that clear? So we are calculating what is the average pressure at this phase. Clear? This complete phase what we are having here. For this complete phase we are calculating what? Average pressure. Clear? So for calculating average pressure, what we will do means, first we will calculate the small amount of force which is applying here, okay, by the fluid. The small amount of force which is applying for this strip, that we will calculate, small amount of force. Okay, we know that P is equal to F by A. Okay, if we calculate F means, so we can easily calculate what is the pressure, because P is nothing but what? F by A. Okay, unit force, force applied per unit area. Correct now? So at this point we are calculating first of all what is the pressure. Clear? So shall we go for that first one? Pressure at point A. So pressure at this point A, I will be writing this as P. Okay. So what is the pressure at this point A which has been situated by distance y? What is that? For a distance h, yesterday we had calculated that will be nothing but what? Rho gh. Okay, when you go deeper and deeper inside a vessel, the pressure will start increasing. Okay, pressure increases if h increases. Like that. Here h is nothing but y. Clear? For this distance. So what is the pressure now? Can you tell me? Rho g y. Correct? So pressure at point A is nothing but rho. Okay, g is nothing but what? Acceleration due to gravity which is acting in downward direction, and y is nothing but this distance. So rho g y. Okay. Next, we will calculate what is the area for this small strip. Okay, can you tell me what is the area for that small strip? Area of small strip. Yes. What is the area for the small strip? So I will be mentioning it as dA. Okay, small amount of area. dA. Okay. So area for the small strip, it is a rectangular, length into breadth. Okay, this is the length and this is nothing but breadth. So length is nothing but what? dy, and breadth is nothing but w. So w into dy. You can write dy into w or w into dy. No difference because it is just a product. It is the area factor. Correct? Okay. Now we got area for the small strip and pressure at that point. So now we are calculating what is the small force which has been applying here due to the fluid. Clear? So we know that P is equal to what? F divided by A. Correct now? We know that P is equal to F by A, which implies that F is equal to what? If I separate F means what I will get? F is equal to P into A. Correct? F is nothing but what? P into A. Okay. Next, apart from writing it as F, I will write dF. Why dF? Means the small amount of force. And in the place of area A, I will write small area dA. Clear? So, dF is equal to P as it is. In the place of A, dA. Clear? So now from these two equations P and dA, I will just substitute it here. So what I will get? dF is equal to, can you tell me? dF is equal to, by substituting P value, P is nothing but what? Rho gy. Rho gy. Next dA value, W into dy. Correct? W into, yes, come again, W into dy. Now we are integrating. Why we are integrating? Listen, we are calculating what basically we want average pressure on this ball. Correct? So if I integrate this complete factor means in the part of dF I will get complete force F, and easily we will come to know what is the area for this. W into total H is nothing but area for this strip. Strip means complete face here. Clear? So for that purpose we are integrating and limits will be from 0 to H. Okay, this is nothing but what? H is equal to 0 and this is nothing but what? H is equal to H. Okay, total height. So if I calculate total force, so what I will get? Integral dF. Okay. Rho, first of all we will write integral of rho g y w dy from the limit 0 to h. Clear? From the limit 0 to h. Clear? So integral dF is nothing but what? Total force F. Total force F is equal to. Now concentrate. Rho is nothing but density of the liquid. Clear? This value is constant. G is nothing but what? Acceleration due to gravity which is acting in downward direction. This is also constant factor. Now next, W. W is nothing but what? Width of this vessel. This value doesn't change. Clear? This is also constant. So what is variable? Y. Why? We can take this point anywhere, this point A anywhere, such that Y value will change. And how that Y value will change? I can shift this point A here also at H is equal to 0, or I can shift this point here also. That means at H is equal to H. That means only variable is nothing but Y. Clear? So these constant factors I can take it outside the integral sign. So how I can write means rho g w integral 0 to h. Clear? Rho g w integral 0 to h omega into dy. Clear? So now next, F is equal to, rho gw as it is, rho gw. Now integral omega, sorry, here I should have to write y, no? W already we had taken outside. In the place of W, I should have to write here what? Y. So integral y dy, okay? So what it will, integral x power n is nothing but what? X power n plus 1 whole divided by n plus 1. You should have to remember that. Integral x power n is equal to x power n plus 1, okay, whole divided by what? N plus 1. So in the place of n I am having 1 here, in the place of y, sorry, in the place of x I am having y, in the place of n I am having 1. So according to this rule, what I can write here? Can you tell me? It is nothing but y power 1 plus 1, okay, which is nothing but 2 whole divided by 1 plus 1, again it is nothing but 2. So rho g w inside the brackets y square divided by 2 limits 0 to h. Clear? So now next step, we are calculating force. Let us complete this. F is equal to, so F is equal to, so what I can write, rho g w as it is, rho g w as it is. In the place of y, first upper limit we should have to substitute, next lower limit. Somehow lower limit is 0, just leave it as it is. Next what you are having, h as the upper limit, substitute here, you will get in the place of y square as h square and divided by 2 as it is. That's why here what I can write, h square divided by 2. Clear? Now this h, how I will write, means I will just split it as h into h. F is equal to rho g w h whole divided by 2. Clear? Now just concentrate on this factor, w into h. So w into h, according to the diagram, what you are going to get? W is width, h is total height. That means this is nothing but h into w, or w into h is nothing but total area of this space. Clear? Which is nothing but total area A. So what I will write here, F is equal to rho g A h divided by 2. Okay, this is nothing but force which is applying on that face. Clear? Face means this face. Okay, the force which has been applied, rho g A h divided by 2. So what is our aim? We are going to calculate what? Average pressure. Correct? No? For calculating average pressure, we know that P is equal to what? F by A. So that's why P average will become what? If I divide this complete factor by A, means A and A will vanish. So what I can write? Rho g h whole divided by 2. Now concentrate on this factor, h by 2. So at the distance, exactly half distance, h by 2 means nothing but, h is nothing but total height, h by 2 means exactly at center. So pressure, average pressure on the walls, side walls of the vessel, that is nothing but exactly at center what pressure you are having, that is nothing but rho g into h by 2. Clear? So note it down. Shall I erase this formula? Integral x power n is equal to x power n plus 1 whole divided by n plus 1. Okay, remember. Clear? Shall I erase the board? Shall we go to next concept? Okay? Clear? So force on side walls of a vessel. So we are considering two cases. Case number 1 first of all. So imagine we are having a vessel in this shape. Clear? And it is filled with the liquid. Okay. And here two more diagrams I will be drawing. In one diagram, we will just see how the forces are applied on only vessel. Clear? And one more diagram, how the forces are being applied only on the liquid. Okay? This is nothing but a vessel consisting of liquid. This is only vessel, this is only liquid. Clear? So let us consider this distance as h, clear? And this complete base area as A. Okay, it is a random shape. Okay, it is not a cylinder. Correct now? Clear? So now, this is nothing but what? A vessel filled with liquid. This is only vessel, that is only liquid. So first of all, we are calculating pressure at this base. So pressure at bottom. So what will be the pressure at the bottom face completely? Can you write? P is equals to. So this distance is h, acceleration due to gravity, it is in this direction g. Okay? Density of the liquid is, let us consider it is rho. Clear? Density of the liquid is rho. So what will be the pressure? In the absence of atmospheric pressure we are talking. So what I can write? P is equal to rho g h. Correct now? Rho g h. Okay. Next, we are calculating what is the force exerted by this fluid on this vessel. Okay. So first of all, calculate the force. Force is nothing but what? P is equal to F by A. Pressure is nothing but force by area. Force is equal to pressure into area. So force F is equal to, so what I can write it here? P into A. Correct? So P we already know. This is nothing but what? Rho G H, and area is nothing but what? Base area, it is nothing but A. Clear? So this force F is nothing but what? The force exerted by the fluid on this vessel. That means on this vessel, one force is applied by the liquid. This force is nothing but rho G H A. Clear? Now we should have to study that from Newton's third law of motion. Okay? That means if the liquid is applying some force on this vessel will also apply some force on that liquid. Okay? And that is equal to the force which has been applied. That means, how you are going to understand this means, if I am pushing this board with 5 newtons means, simultaneously the board is pushing me 5 newton in opposite direction. I am pushing in this manner, but the board is pushing me in this manner. Okay? Here what is happening? The liquid itself, it has been exerting some force. That force is nothing but what? Rho G H A on vessel. So simultaneously what I have to do? Vessel have to push Rho G H A force on the liquid in the upward direction. Clear? So this is nothing but only liquid part. Okay, this force is nothing but what? Force applied by this vessel. This force is nothing but rho G H A. Clear? Are you all understanding? So rho G H A is nothing but what? Basically, it is nothing but a force at the basement. Force means force exerted by the liquid on the vessel. And simultaneously, what will happen? This vessel will also push the equal amount of force in the opposite direction. That is nothing but rho G H into A. Okay? Now one more point. So on this completely side walls, so here what will happen? Okay, at maximum depth, what will happen here? Let us consider here, then I will draw here. So this is nothing but filled with completely liquid. At this complete depth h, okay, pressure is maximum. Correct? Pressure is maximum means force is also maximum. That means we are going to get force direction in this manner. Okay, here maximum force, as height decreases, this force value will also decrease, correct now? That means this arrow mark indicates what? Force exerted by fluid on vessel, correct now? So force exerted by fluid on the vessel will be in this direction, clear? So now assume, if the force has been exerted by the fluid on this vessel will also apply the same amount of force on the liquid, correct now? According to Newton's third law, action and reaction pair, clear? So that is known as normal reaction. Okay, in the first part you are going to discuss it. Okay, so what will happen? This complete vessel, it will apply the same amount of force on the liquid. Here I had not drawn liquid, but here we are having liquid. Okay, all the directions will be in this upward direction. Clear? So as they are all in upward direction, clear? According to vector resolution, what we are doing means we are just resolving this force vector. Okay, this is nothing but force vectors. So if I divide this force vector perpendicular to here as well as here, correct, in this direction. Okay, so let us consider this angle as theta. This will become what? F cos theta, F sin theta, in that manner. So all the forces, what will happen here? This horizontal component, and here also due to this force, what will happen? This horizontal component. Clear? Both you are at same height. Okay, from the surface, free surface, both are at same height. So these horizontal components, all the horizontal components of these side forces will get cancelled with all the horizontal components which we are having here. Clear? That means all the forces we are having, if we divide, means all the horizontal components will get cancelled. And what will happen finally? These upward direction vectors will get added up, and that finally what we are going to write means all are in upward direction. That's why what will happen? The resultant arrow or the resultant force on the liquid due to the vessel will be in the upward direction. So this I will be writing it as N wall. That means normal reaction due to wall. That means this wall is applying force. This arrow mark is nothing but force exerted by the fluid on this vessel. But here what is happening? This vessel will also apply some force on this fluid. So what will happen? Horizontal components will get cancelled and completely vertical components will get added up. That I am going to treat it as N wall. Then check what are the forces again, what are acting here. If the mass of this complete liquid is m, means what will act here? This is nothing but what? mg. Correct now? Weight of this liquid, it will act in downward direction. So now just equate all the forces and check what is the value for this normal resultant applied or the normal force applied due to the walls. So what we are going to get now? Net upward force, that means forces which are acting in upward direction should be equal to forces which are acting in downward direction, because this is a stationary one. Okay, all the forces are get balanced. So upward forces, what all the things we are having? N wall, which is acting in upward direction. Okay, plus rho GHA, okay, N wall upward direction plus upward direction force rho GHA is equal to the force which is acting in downward direction. This is nothing but what? mg. Okay, if you separate N wall means what? Basically N wall is nothing but what? The forces which has been acted on the fluid due to the walls of this container. Clear? And the same amount of force the fluid will act on the walls of the container. Okay, force on the side walls of the vessel, the same amount of force. Why? Due to Newton's third law. Okay, N wall is equal to what I can write? mg minus rho GH. So here we came to a conclusion that normal force, okay, the normal resultant force due to the walls, okay, this is nothing but force exerted by the fluid on the walls. Simultaneously, this vessel will also apply some force on the liquid whose resultant force will be in the upward direction, that I am going to name it as N mole. So this N mole represents us the net force which is acting in downward direction, or what I can tell, due to this walls, okay, not due to this, due to the walls, the net upward force, clear? And this force, okay, has been applied due to walls of this vessel. That means the liquid will also apply the same amount of force on this vessel, clear? That is nothing but these arrows, okay? So that's why force exerted by the liquid on the walls of the container, force exerted by the liquid on the side walls of the vessel, that value is nothing but weight of that complete liquid minus rho GH into A. Clear? Are you all following? Shall we go to second case? Clear? Copy it down. Shall I erase the board? Okay. Clear? So now we are going for second case. So case number 2. Okay. Clear? And this is again a random shaped vessel. Okay, this is nothing but the vessel which has been filled with liquid, and this is only vessel, this is only liquid. Clear? So this distance is nothing but what? Again we are going to consider it as H. The density of this liquid is rho. Clear? And again what we can write, pressure at this point, basement, base area is nothing but what again? We are going to consider it as A. Okay, area of base. So pressure at the bottom, same length, pressure at bottom face. Okay, pressure at the bottom, what I can write, just check. This is nothing but rho, okay, at a depth h, acceleration due to gravity, it is acting in downward direction g, at this point, exactly at the bottom. What will be the total pressure? P is equal to what? What we can write, it is nothing but rho g h, correct? Rho g h, density, acceleration due to gravity, and how much depth. Clear? Next, after calculating pressure, what is our next step? Go for calculation of force, correct na? Force at this bottom, what will be happening for force? Force is nothing but what? Pressure into area. Pressure is rho g h. Rho g h. Okay. And what is the area? Area is nothing but A. Okay. Now we got that force is nothing but F is equal to rho g h. This force is nothing but what? Force exerted by fluid on vessel. Correct now? Force we are calculating here. First we had calculated pressure. We just multiplied that pressure value by area. So we got what? Force exerted by this fluid on this vessel. Correct now? Now check what are the forces acting on this vessel. Okay, just that's why I had just drawn vessel for your understanding purpose. So first of all, this liquid will apply some force. That force is nothing but what? It is nothing but rho g h a. We calculated here rho g h a. Clear? If this fluid or this liquid, it is applying some force on this vessel, means rho g h a. Simultaneously what will happen? This vessel will also apply some force on the liquid, that value is nothing but equal to this magnitude but opposite in direction. That means rho GHA in upward direction. That means forces acting on liquid. First of all, this arrow mark why I had drawn above, because this arrow mark why we had drawn below, liquid is applying some force on the vessel. Simultaneously, vessel is applying some force on the liquid in upward direction. So that's why this can be written as what? Rho GHA. Yeah, rho GHA. Now next, at these sides, now cross check. It is filled, let us discuss here, next we can draw here. Okay, it is filled with completely liquid at this point. Okay, at this point, what will happen? It is almost equal to depth. So what will happen? This fluid is applying some force on this wall. It is in this direction. So simultaneously, what will happen? This vessel will also apply some force on the liquid. So first of all, this arrow mark is nothing but force applied by the fluid on the vessel. This arrow mark indicates what? Force exerted by fluid on vessel. Yeah. So force exerted by fluid on this vessel is nothing but this arrow mark. That means all these are in this manner. Clear? Now next. Finally, due to this force, what will happen? This vessel will also apply equal and opposite reaction on this wall. That means here this arrow mark will be in this direction, here in this direction, here in this direction. That value just decreases because at the bottom pressure is maximum. That's why here force is maximum. Next, as H decreases, pressure decreases. That's why force will also get decreases. So now here what will happen? The forces, all the forces are acting in what? Downward direction, basically like this inclined. Correct now? Here and like this in this direction. So if we want to calculate resultant force applied due to this vessel, it will be in which direction? Downward direction or upward direction? Listen here, all the forces are acting inclined in this downward direction. What will happen? Resultant force will be in the downward direction. So what I can write basically here, N wall, that means normal reaction applied by wall, that is nothing but in downward direction. Clear? So here also same case, all the horizontal components will get cancelled to each other, but vertically downward components will get added up. That resultant will give us N wall. This N wall is nothing but normal resultant acted by this vessel on this liquid. Clear? Okay, now what will happen? If mass of this complete liquid is M, means what will happen? Where weight will apply? Weight will be applying in downward direction, that is nothing but what? M. Clear? Now can you proceed? This is in equilibrium, just balance the forces and check what is our final answer. The net resultant forces which are acting in downward direction should be equal to the total force which is acting in upward direction. So what I can write here? First, let us consider this downwards one. So N wall, which is acting in downward direction, N wall plus Mg, which is acting in downward direction, is equal to what I can write? Rho GHA. Rho GHA. Yeah? So we want N wall, just separate N wall. So N wall is equal to what we will get? Rho GHA minus Mg. So N wall is nothing but what? Basically, this is basically the force or the resultant force applied by the wall on the fluid. Due to this formula only, what will happen? This fluid will also exert same amount of force on this vessel. Clear? So both values will be same, N wall as well as force applied by the fluid on the side walls of the vessel, that is nothing but rho GHA minus Mg. Clear? Have you got all the things? Shall I erase the board? Shall we go to next concept? What do we know as atmospheric pressure? What is the instrument to calculate atmospheric pressure? Barometer, manometer, so many things. Clear? Just copy it down. Shall I erase the board? So next concept is atmospheric pressure and gauge pressure. Clear? So I hope you might have remembered in our previous classes some of the problems which we had solved. There they had given that if a swimmer is swimming in a lake, then what is the, if 10 meters below, what is the pressure acting on him, correct no? So in that problem what we did in our last class, basically we added atmospheric pressure value. What is the meaning of that atmospheric pressure? So due to our atmosphere, this atmosphere is also applying some pressure on the surface of the earth. Clear? So basically earth is surrounded by number of gases, correct no? Carbon dioxide, monoxide, nitrogen, hydrogen, everything. Clear? So due to this all gases, okay, due to these all gases, some amount of force which has been applied on the surface of this earth, that is nothing but what? Atmospheric pressure. That means the normal force which has been applied due to atmosphere on the unit area. Why unit area? Because pressure is nothing but what? Force per unit area. Force is nothing but what? Which kind of force? Normal force, perpendicular force. That's why the thrust or the fluid thrust. Okay, thrust means what? Again it is a perpendicular force only. For perpendicular force, to define perpendicular force, we had used the word as fluid thrust, correct no? So the thrust which has been applied on the atmosphere, by the atmosphere on the surface of the earth, but area is nothing but what? Unit area. It results as what? Atmospheric pressure. Clear? So atmospheric pressure at sea level, this atmospheric pressure, sometimes it can be written as P0 in some books. Clear? P0 here. Okay, next in some books we will be writing P80M. ATM means atmosphere, pressure due to atmosphere, atmospheric pressure. Clear? This value turned out to be 1.013 into 10 to the power of 5 Pascal. Clear? And one of the great scientists known as Torricelli, so he just invented an instrument to calculate atmospheric pressure. Okay, and the name of that instrument is barometer. Okay, he invented the instrument named as barometer. So barometer, it is an instrument to calculate atmospheric pressure. And how we are going to discuss about that barometer? First of all, we are going to consider a trough. Okay, or in basic words we can call it as, we are considering a vessel which is filled with mercury. Okay, a vessel which is filled with what? Mercury. So first of all, we will be considering a vessel or a trough which is filled with what? Mercury. So this is nothing but what? This is not water, this is mercury. Okay, this is nothing but what? Mercury. Okay. And one tube we are going to consider. Okay. Okay, tube means you will be knowing the like test tube, clear? But it is a long tube actually. Okay, almost with the length of 1 meter tube like that. So, and in that tube, okay, one side of the tube is closed. Okay, that means it is a completely closed one. And the another side is just kept open one. And from that open end tube, we will be filling mercury completely. Okay, from this trough, we are filling mercury. Okay, and let us assume that we have got completed with this much amount of mercury. That means this part of mercury we had filled it in that tube, vertical tube. Okay, it has been closed. So first we will consider a tube. Okay, then from trough we will just put mercury to this final level. Clear? Then what we will do? Let us demonstrate that. Here, let us consider this tube as this water bottle. Clear? So what we are going to do with this trough which has been filled with mercury. So I am filling that mercury completely here. Clear? After completing, we will just hold our finger to close that complete door okay, to close this complete opening, and then we are just inverting it like this. And when we invert it, and then we are going to leave it inside this trough completely here in this manner. Clear? Then what will happen? Some amount of mercury will come down. Correct? No? Some amount of mercury will come down back to this trough. Clear? Shall I erase this part? This. Okay? So first of all we filled mercury, then what we did? We just inverted, we just hold it, that we just closed that end, we just inverted and we left the hand. Okay? Then what will happen? Some amount of mercury level or the mercury level what will happen? It will just come down. Okay? So here I will be mentioning that. Okay? It has been kept inverted, and let us suppose until this point mercury. Clear? So until this point mercury came. Now what we are assuming? We are assuming 2 points. One is here outside. Clear? And one is here, and one more is exactly for this horizontal line, like this. Okay, here. Okay? Shall we name this as point A? Okay? And this as point B. This is nothing but point C. I hope you are seeing point C. Clear? Let me check. Yes. This is point C. This is point A. This is point B. Clear? Now, according to pressure, okay, this is completely a horizontal line. Clear? In our last class, what we discussed? On the horizontal line, okay, at all the points, at any point wherever you may calculate the pressure, that pressure value will remain same. And here actually this complete experiment has been did in the presence of atmosphere. That means here what is applying? Atmospheric pressure. Clear? Here atmospheric pressure. Atmospheric pressure. Clear? So atmospheric pressure is also applying at this point B. Clear? And now this is nothing but at point A what will happen? Okay. First of all we filled mercury. Clear? Then we inverted and then we left. At this point it will come and stop. But what is this point A? Okay. Here actually vacuum will be present. Okay. In some books they will be telling wafers of mercury will be present. Okay. In some books they will be telling here, and it is wafers of mercury will be having a very small amount of pressure. That means very negligible actually, negligible pressure actually, zero pressure. Okay. At point A, pressure value will be what? 0. Okay. They are going to tell you at point A, pressure value is 0. Clear? And next. So for that pressure value 0, they are specifying the word as vacuum. Because if vacuum we are using the word means pressure value equal to 0. Okay. So at this point pressure value equal to what? 0. So P is equal to what? 0. Clear? 0. Okay. Next, at this point B, only atmospheric pressure is applying at this point B. So what we are concluding at point B, if atmospheric pressure is applying, then point B and point C are at same horizontal level. That's why pressure at C should be equal to atmospheric pressure. Pressure at point C should be equal to pressure at point B. But what is pressure at point B? That is nothing but atmospheric pressure. And an instrument to calculate atmospheric pressure is nothing but what? Barometer. Clear? B-A-R-O-M-E-T-E-R. Barometer. Okay. So now we are going to write it here. Pressure at point B should be equal to pressure at point C. Why? Because they are at same horizontal levels. Clear? So now next question. So PC, what I have to write it now. Okay. Basically what will happen when we kept inverted, okay, this value turn out to be 76 centimeter off. Clear? This value will turn out to be 76 centimeter. So from this point to this surface, this value comes out to be 76 centimeter, okay, or 760 millimeter of Hg. Hg means mercury. For mercury, okay, directly in some books they will be writing this symbol Hg directly. Clear? So what I can write here, Pb is equal to Pc, or Pc should be equal to what? Density of this liquid. Just assume at this point C, okay, what is the pressure? Pressure due to this column. Correct na? Pressure due to this column, and that's all. Here pressure is 0. Correct no? So acceleration due to gravity, it is acting in downward direction. Okay? Density of this liquid, density of mercury, density of Hg. Yeah? At this point. Next, height is nothing but 760 centimeter. Acceleration due to gravity G, and density of mercury. So what we can write? It is nothing but what? Rho mercury. Okay, I will be writing rho Hg, rho Gh. Okay, don't get confusion. Rho Hg means density of mercury. G means acceleration due to gravity 9.8. H is nothing but 76 centimeter or 760 millimeter. So whatever it may be, but calculate it in our SI system. So density of mercury is nothing but 13.6 into 10 to the power of 3. Here, you should have to remember this. In some problems, they will be mentioning this value 13.6 into 10 to the power of 3. In some problems, they will be not mentioning. So that's why density of mercury, this is standard value. Density of water is how much? 1000 kg per meter cube. Density of mercury 13.6 into 10 to the power of 3. Clear? Next, G is nothing but 9.8. Clear? And H is nothing but height of this liquid column, which is nothing but 76, or I can write it as 0.76. Why 0.76? In SI units. Correct na? In SI units, I can write it as 0.76. That means 76 into 10 to the power of minus 2, I have directly written it as 0.76. Yeah? So if you calculate this complete calculation over here, you are going to get what? 1.013 into 10 to the power of 5 Pascal. Okay, this is nothing but pressure at point B. That means this pressure at point B should be equal to pressure at point C. But due to this point, due to this liquid column, pressure at point C will become what? Pressure at this point plus pressure due to this column. Pressure here, that value is 0 because it is a vacuum space. Here it is a liquid column, that's why it is nothing but what? Rho Gh, rho of what is that? Mercury into G into H. If you substitute the values, means you are going to get 1.013 into 10 to the power of 5 Pascal. Clear? Have you all understood? Shall we go to next concept? Next concept is manometer. Clear? Barometer, it is a device used to measure what? Atmospheric pressure. Manometer, it is a device used to calculate pressure difference. Clear? So you can copy it down. Shall I erase the board? Okay? Clear? So next we are going to discuss about manometer. Okay, this manometer can be also be known as open tube manometer. I will tell you why it has been named as open tube manometer. Okay, so earlier heading what I had placed, atmospheric pressure and gauge pressure, and in our previous classes we had discussed what do we known as gauge pressure. Correct? Now what is gauge pressure? The actual pressure minus atmospheric pressure, that is nothing but value rho Gh, and that complete factor is known as atmospheric pressure. Okay, sorry, gauge pressure. So to determine gauge pressure, we are going to use this manometer. Basically a manometer, it is a device used to measure pressure difference. That means actual pressure minus atmospheric pressure. Clear? So it consists of a U-tube. Okay, don't get excited. This shape of tube is known as U-tube. Okay, this is U-shaped tube. That's why the name given as U-tube. Okay, and here one system is connected. This is nothing but a system whose pressure has to be determined. Yeah. So now this is kept open to the atmosphere. Clear? If it has been kept open to the atmosphere, which pressure will act at this point? Atmospheric pressure. Correct? Na? So P ATM. P atmosphere. That means atmospheric pressure it is acting at this point. Now this U-tube, it is filled with a liquid. Okay, it depends on what factors you are going to take it here. Okay, if you are going to calculate maximum pressure difference, means a liquid of maximum density you should have to take. Example, mercury. Clear? What is the density of mercury? What we had checked in previous classes as well as in previous lecturers. That is nothing but what? 13.6 times that of water. That means if we compare mercury with water, it is varying 13.6 times. Clear? So here it is filled with what? Mercury. Clear? Mercury. Or if you want to calculate the lower pressure difference, means the lower densities liquids can be used. Clear? Lower density means, example, oil. Why oil? Means its density is less than water, correct? No? If you compare, if you throw some oil on water, means what will happen? That oil will float. No. Why it will float? Means density of oil, it is less than density of water. Which is maximum density, it will just sink in that. Clear? And if you mix all the three, that means mercury, water as well as oil, means okay, mercury will stand in last level. In between mercury and oil, water will come. At the topmost, oil will be there. At the top, bottom, what will be there? Mercury. Okay, then water, then oil. Why? Means density of oil is very less and density of mercury is very high. Okay, so based on that factors, it depends actually which pressure difference. If the pressure difference is maximum, means you can go through for mercury. If the pressure difference is minimum, means you can go through for oil. Yeah. So here we are considering a horizontal level. So let us call this point as point A and this point as point B. Clear? This point as point A, this point as point B, and this distance, let us call it as H. Okay, we had discussed in hydrostatic paradox. What we had discussed, pressure doesn't depend on shape or size of the vessel, but it depends on the height. So here, if you concentrate, means this is U-shaped. Clear? U-shaped tube. Point A and point B are at same horizontal level. Okay, point A and point B are at same horizontal level. Okay, so pressure at point A should be equal to what? Pressure at point B. So what I can write? Pressure at point A should be equal to pressure at point B. Clear? Now pressure at point B, can you tell me what will be the pressure at point B? Thoroughly you can go through. First of all, atmospheric pressure, it is acting here. It is nothing but P ATM plus PB, we are writing P atmosphere plus pressure due to this liquid column. Correct? No? Pressure due to this liquid column. Let us take this density of this liquid is rho and acceleration due to gravity is in g. So what will be the pressure acting in this due to this liquid column? It is nothing but what? Rho GH. Correct? This is nothing but what? Pressure at point A, or we can call it as P. Clear? So PA is equal to PATM plus rho GH. In place of PA, I can write directly P. In place of PATM, if I write P naught, means it will become P is equal to P naught plus rho GH. Okay? I hope you might have remembered this formula. The actual pressure equal to atmospheric pressure, but it has been incremented by the factor rho GH. Correct now? So P minus PA, it is nothing but what? Rho GH, and this is nothing but what? Difference between, or the actual pressure minus atmospheric pressure. This factor is nothing but what? Gauge pressure. Okay, to calculate pressure difference, we are going to use what? Manometer. Clear? So, I hope you might have understood all these things. Okay, first of all, we are considering the U-tube. Okay, and one end kept open to the atmosphere, one more end connected to a system whose pressure has to be determined. Okay, here system pressure we are determining, that is nothing but PA. Okay, like this, it is exerting some pressure. So, according to this tube, okay, we are using a high density liquid for calculating maximum pressure difference. Okay, if we want lower pressure difference, means we can use oil, no problem, it depends on you. Then we can write PA is equal to PBY. Points A and point B are at same horizontal levels. At point B, what will act? P atmosphere plus this pressure. So P atmosphere plus this pressure due to this liquid column is nothing but what? Rho GH. Correct? So P is equal to P naught in place of PATM. So in place of PA, directly pressure, PATM means atmospheric pressure, P naught plus rho GH. So P minus PA is equal to rho GH. P minus PA is nothing but gauge pressure. To calculate a pressure difference, we are going to use manometer. Clear? I hope you are understanding. So don't waste your time. Okay? Keep studying. Okay? We are going to continue again in our next class. Thank you.